All right. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful and maybe misunderstood forces shaping our world, the TikTok algorithm. And to really get its true power, we have to start not with code, but with a tragedy. Our story starts over in the UK. A 14-year-old girl named Molly Russell tragically took her own life. And when investigators looked at her phone, they found something deeply disturbing. In the 6 months before she died, the app had fed her thousands upon thousands of videos about depression and self-harm. She wasn't looking for them. The algorithm was pushing them to her again and again.
And this case, it became a massive turning point. The official UK coroner delivered this absolutely chilling verdict. It wasn't a maybe, it wasn't a guess. The conclusion, based on all that digital evidence, was that the content the algorithm recommended played a direct role in her death.
And that leads us to the big, really uncomfortable question we're going to tackle. We all use it for fun, for laughs, for dance trends. But is that all that's really going on? Or is there something deeper happening? Something quietly reshaping how we think and feel, without us even realizing it? Because when you really look closely at this, it stops being a story about just an app. It becomes a story about control. And to get a handle on that control, you first have to understand the machine that's behind it all. So, how does this thing actually work? Well, to understand its power, we have to go inside what you could call the attention machine. It's a system that's been built from the ground up to learn you. And honestly, it does it faster and better than you can probably imagine. At its core, TikTok runs on this incredibly simple but totally relentless feedback loop. It's always watching. Every single thing you do or don't do is a signal. It's not just about what you like or share, it's about what video you replayed, which one you paused on for just a second, and even how fast you scrolled past something. It takes all that data, builds a psychological profile of you, and then uses that profile to feed you exactly what it predicts will keep your eyes glued to that screen. So what's the algorithm's favorite signal? What's its currency? Well, out of all the data it collects, the single most important metric is just watch time. If you watch a video all the way to the end, even just once, you've basically screamed, "I like this," at the algorithm, and it hears that loud and clear and says, "Got it. Give them more of that right now." And this right here really shows the huge difference between TikTok and the older social media platforms. Think about it. Facebook, Instagram, they were pull systems. You followed your friends or creators you liked, and you pulled their content into your feed. TikTok flipped that script completely. It's a push system. It doesn't wait for you to choose. It pushes an endless stream of videos at you, mostly from total strangers, deciding what you're going to see next before you've even finished the last one. But why? Why was this ridiculously effective attention machine even built? I mean, it wasn't just for our entertainment. It was built to make money. And to see the whole picture, you just have to follow the money trail. First, let's talk scale, because it is just staggering. We're talking over 1.5 billion people using this app every single month. That kind of reach gives it an influence that's on par with some countries. It's a global force. But it's not just how many people use it, it's how much they use it. The average user spends more than 90 minutes on TikTok every single day. Just let that sink in for a second. That's like sitting down to watch a full feature-length movie, but you do it daily. And when you stack it up against the competition, you can see just how dominant it is. It grabs way more of our daily attention than YouTube, and it absolutely dwarfs Instagram. In this new economy where our attention is the product, TikTok is winning, and it's not even a close race. And here's where it all connects. All that time, all those billions of hours of attention, they get converted directly into cold, hard cash. $16 billion in advertising revenue in just 1 year. This is why the algorithm's one and only job is to keep you scrolling. The longer you watch, the more ads they can show you and the more money they make. It's really that simple. So, this whole system doesn't just stay neatly inside our phones. No way. Its effects are spilling out into the real world, and they're reshaping everything from our culture and our mental health to, believe it or not, our politics. Researchers have a name for one of its most dangerous effects, the rabbit hole. See, the algorithm isn't just a passive servant showing you what you want. It's an active guide. If you show even a tiny bit of interest in, say, dieting, it can very quickly start pushing you towards more extreme and often harmful eating disorder content. A Wall Street Journal investigation actually proved this could happen within just a few hours. And maybe the worst part? Leaked internal documents showed that TikTok knew its own system could send teens spiraling down these dangerous paths. The impact on young people, especially, it's stark. According to Pew Research, the average teen in the US is on the app for nearly 2 hours a day. That adds up to 14 hours a week. That's basically a part-time job. And now, study after study is linking this kind of compulsive, heavy usage directly to rising rates of anxiety and depression. And then you've got the whole political firestorm. Because TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is based in China, governments around the world are worried about data security and potential influence. And those concerns have been heating up for years now. From attempted bans in the US, to India actually banning it nationwide, to the current battle in Congress. The app is right in the middle of a global chess match. So all of this brings us right back to you, the person holding the phone. When we're scrolling, we feel like we're in charge, right? We feel like we have a choice. But this entire system is expertly designed to give you the illusion of choice. Just think for a second about what the algorithm is really learning about you. It's not just learning what makes you laugh. Based on your pauses, your hesitations, and your scrolling speed, it's mapping out what makes you anxious. It literally learns your fears. It learns your insecurities, too. It figures out what you're self-conscious about, your looks, your job, your relationships, and it can serve up content that taps directly into those vulnerabilities, all to keep you watching. And of course, it learns your deepest desires, what you want, who you wish you could be. And then it serves you a personalized, never-ending fantasy world designed to keep you hooked on that dream. And that's really the heart of it all. In this new age of algorithms, the most effective kind of control is the kind that doesn't feel like control. It feels like fun. It feels like you're discovering new things. It feels like your choice. So we'll leave you with this one last question. The next time you're deep in a scroll session, just ask yourself, are you really the one choosing what to watch? Or has the algorithm already chosen for you?